Yo, what's going on with y'all, man? And what man's for the females? Hey, in today's video, we have another divine message from the Lyrans talking about what the energy in July is going to bring. The last time I did a divine message, it was with the Grays, where they told us about how to prepare for July. Not gonna lie, it probably would have been better to make a video about what the energy is gonna be like and then how to prepare for it. But at the same exact time, the divine is divine and all things happen for a reason. Plus, I technically made my own video about what's coming in July on my YouTube channel. But I just felt like, inside that video, I was kind of just channeling shit. And then on top of it, like I was channeling shit before the video about July, right? I was being told about July, you feel me? And then I checked the astrology. And then I used that information to make that video. But I'm kind of curious what certain ETs might want to say about July. And the Lyrans are actually perfect for this. Now, I pretty much just sent this message. Oh, my fault. I sent this question, not message. I pretty much just put this question out in the ethers and let any being pick it up. You feel me? I was more geared towards extraterrestrial, not like no fairy shit. You feel me? But I'm like, yo, like let's see what ET wants to answer this shit. It was the Lyrans. Makes sense. Lyrans heavily watch over us. Pleiadians heavily watch over us. Arcturians do also. Andromedans too. You feel me? Some Syrians. You feel me? And also the Greys, especially the tall white Greys. Yeah, which I forgot about them. They pulled up in last video. You feel me? Anyway, let's get into this message. Right? I probably talked some of y'all ears off. My apologies. But at the same exact time, you did click this video, so I could yap all I want. It's my video. You feel me? I'm not trying to be a D head. You feel me? That's just for the people who's rushing me. Don't rush me, okay? Anyway, my fault, bro. Now, in all seriousness, let's get into this message from the Lyrans. So, the way that I structured this reading was to first ask what the overall energy of July is going to be like, right? That was the first thing. The second thing was, okay, now that we got the overall energy, what is the specific energy going to be like on the earth for July? And then what is the specific energy going to be like in the spiritual planes for July? So I got to answer, you feel me? And when the Lyrans came through, they came in hot, you feel me? They kind of just gave some info off the rip they wanted to share. They was coming like, listen, bro, the GFL is gonna be able to work more closely with humans during July. Now, later on, I'm gonna mention some things that the Lyrans talked about when it comes to the energy in July. But I first want to mention how, if you guys didn't see my video that's on my YouTube about the shift that's coming in July, the main thing to understand is that the shift in July is pretty much going to make us let go of like false identities and stuff like that and then make us align more with our true self. So it kind of does make sense that if we have star seeds watching this video, if you're aligning with your true self as a star seed more and more and more and more and more, it does make sense that the GFL would work with you guys more closely. This could mean that the GFL is sending you missions. This could mean that the GFL is putting you through training. This could also mean that the GFL is kind of just setting you up inside of your life to do your mission, right? Cuz like the GFL, right? they watch over the earth, and star seeds can work for the GFL. Most star seeds already do work for the GFL, and they have a certain mission with the GFL, and the GFL will send them on missions, give them assignments, but they also do train you, and they also can help you inside your life to help you establish yourself physically to actually be able to focus more on your spiritual mission, because we still do have a physical life and we do gotta do physical things. Like for example, I work at a school, right? You feel me? The GFL kind of be putting me on missions inside that school. In fact, I just got a note from this one girl in my school saying thank you, because I was telling her about meditation and telekinesis and stuff like that. And she wrote me a thank you note because she was trying it at home, telekinesis, meditation. She was meditating in class today and stuff like that. She was locked in. You feel me? And like I be seeing the Starseed kids in my school, and like I be getting like told to tell them certain things. You feel me? So like they gave me a job where I'm still doing my spiritual mission. You feel me? And they're also directing my life in certain ways, like not just the GFL, but also like other various forces too, and simply just my spirit, because your spirit ultimately dictates everything. But your spirit can communicate. Your spirit can how can I put this? Because I was gonna say your spirit could co-create. I'll just say it like that, for lack of a better term. Your spirit can essentially co-create in a sense with the GFL to the point where it's like the GFL is gonna give you things and do things. My fault. No, I say it like this: the GFL is going to work with you in ways that is aligned with your spirit to the point where it's like whatever the GFL wants you to do, it's like your spirit essentially wants you to do that shit too. You feel me? But it's like the GFL is like the middleman between you and your spirit, kind of. You feel what I'm trying to say, bro? It's the best way I could put it. Long story, just understand the fact that I just want to mention this because the GFL can help you get set up inside your life, whether it's financially or physically, emotionally, whatever the fuck. You feel me? They'll tell you certain things to do. And the thing is, you might not even get like the most direct contact that's like, oh yeah, do this. You might just feel like a certain urge to do something or to move somewhere or to get a certain job, whatever it is, you feel me? Because they will help you like to move to the right place in the right area that has the right people. They will help with all these things, you feel me? So even practical shit, the GFL can help with. And they'll be able to work with us more closely in July because we're going to be more open and receptive to what they're telling us to do. Because what they tell us to do is going to be things that align with our true self anyway. And if we're aligned with our true self, we'll be more receptive to doing things which align with our true self. They also wanted to mention that spiritual attacks may not be, and this isn't going to be for everybody, right? But spiritual attacks may be a bit less prevalent during July, and or the spiritual attacks that are there won't be affecting you like that. And that's because once again, when you're fully in tune with, like if you're fully aligned with your spirit, bro, you're not gonna be going through the whole getting fucked up shit. I'm sorry, you're just not. Because the only way you could get fucked up by these beings is pretty much when you allow them to manipulate you on your free will and stuff like that. You feel me? If you just long story short, if you stay in tune with your spirit, you may notice attacks, but you kind of know how to move and operate through the attack anyway, and therefore it kind of can affect you. So they wanted to mention that, especially if you're aligning more with your true self and stuff like that, spiritual attacks is gonna happen less, or they won't affect you as much because since you'll be more in tune with your spirit, you'll be able to do the right things in order to nullify the effects or avoid them altogether. You feel me? They also want to mention that the air and water energy might get tuned up a bit. Like air energy, you may have like more intellectual thoughts and stuff like that. You feel me? So that you may have like more ideas come into your mind, and emotionally, you might just be. And with the water, it might be like more emotional. You feel me? Which I already feel that water energy heavy right now, and I'm getting into like earth and air right now heavily too. Really, all the elements actually with a certain planet I discovered. You feel me? Or rediscovered, I should say. But long story short, though, with the air energy, you may have like more ideas come into your mind and stuff like that. With the water energy, you might be more emotional, whether it's because you're healing certain things, letting go of certain things, or just letting your shit flow and just letting the inspiration flow with you. You feel me? It's gonna be a nice mix of like ideas and emotions just popping off. You feel me? But now for the specific overall energy of July. You feel me? Because what I gave is kind of just like when I was sending out the question, like, yo, I want to ask about what the energy in July is gonna be like. Who wants to pick this shit up? They kind of just came and just started, you feel me, laying shit down before I could ask the next following questions. What's the overall energy? What's the physical energy? What's the spiritual energy? So physically, right? The main thing was letting go of whatever the fuck isn't serving you, limiting beliefs, limiting emotions, what's it called, people who don't serve you, you feel me, identities, letting go of all that shit is the biggest energy for July. And I think it's really a good thing that they said that, because a lot of people might hear there's a shift in July and think that it's like, oh yeah, July, I'm gonna be fucking popping out superpowers, all kinds of money and shit like that, soulmate, all that shit. The shift is more about the fact that you're shifting from your old self into a new version. And because you're in that new version, now you can actually achieve all those things like the crazy abilities and having more financial income and having the soulmate and stuff like that. Because in my July video, I mentioned how July is the start of this shift, but it's going to be lasting through 2026 and all that. You feel me? So, with that being said, the main energy of July is learning how to let go of shit. You feel me? But there's also going to be stuff like this. Number one, making powerful moves in your life. This could be powerful moves to cut people off. This could be powerful moves that start new things, whether you start a YouTube channel or some shit like that, or maybe like you make a powerful move to like talk to a certain person and then that person gives you a certain opportunity or something like that. You feel me? Just making powerful moves. This could even be mental moves, right? Or like, no, it can even be stuff like, for example, like you just stop doing a certain habit. You feel me? You stop doing a certain habit. That's a powerful move. Or like I said, mental stuff. It could be like, oh, you finally stopped thinking about your ex. You feel me? Whatever. Yeah, that could be it. You stop thinking about your ex or the family member who hurt you. I don't. Why is this shit see through? I always is there. There's not no green, bro. I be wondering. Oh, is it? It's probably reflecting my green screen, then it's showing up on here. I always wonder what the fuck, why the fuck it did that shit. You feel me? I'm about to just. Yeah, and nah, fuck that, bro. Y'all going to deal with that shit, bro. I ain't gonna cat. Wait till I get my new green screen. Anyway, making powerful moves. You finally stop thinking about that one situation. You feel me? Whatever it could be, mental moves, emotional moves, physical moves. Just powerful moves will be happening, which align you more and more with your true self and align you more and more with your mission and your purpose and your goals in your life. You feel me? Next thing is kind of like being able to become more like tender with yourself and softer with yourself and embrace yourself emotionally, and also being able to like embrace other people emotionally and having them embrace you. It's like this more like tender, warm energy where like you're becoming softer and just like appreciating yourself and just giving love to yourself. And this appreciation can be extended to other people, whether you're appreciating them, they're appreciating you, or both. You feel me? Just getting more like emotional connected with yourself and learning to like embrace yourself and appreciate yourself. You feel me? And the last thing deals with like with the comes to overall energy is letting go of old stories and developing new stories. Kind of like real. It's kind of like you realize you've been living a lie and you've been telling yourself this story, and now it's time to tell a new story, which kind of makes sense why you would become a bit more tender and loving towards yourself, because the story that you might have told yourself was that you're not worthy of love. You feel me? You're unattractive. You're not worthy, right? You feel me? Once you peep, and the thing, that story might be subconscious. You might not have ever consciously had the thought that I'm not deserving. However, your actions show that you believe that, Because when people offer you things or when you have a clear opportunity or something like that, you kind of don't go for it. You feel me? And you can't even tell niggas why you don't go for it. But it's because deep down inside, you may not feel worthy of that thing. Now, if you finally realize this story that you think that you haven't been worthy and stuff like that, you could finally start to rewrite that story. No, nigga, I am worthy. I appreciate myself. I love myself. I value myself. You feel what I'm trying to say, bro? Or really what they're trying to say, because I'm just a messenger. You feel me? And it's kind of dope. Y'all ain't gonna lie, it's really dope having the background, because it's like I got my homies with me. It's like I got my Lyran homies with me giving them method. You feel me? But now, all seriousness, right? Yeah, bro. Realizing that you might have been telling yourself certain lies, and now you letting go of them lies and telling yourself the truth. You feel me? Now we got to talk about the energy on the physical plane. That was the overall energy, physical, spiritual, over whatever. You feel me? Now it's more specific. What's the physical energy? Number one dealt with the fact that there might be certain endings in your life that could leave you feeling sad, but this sadness is a gift. You feel me? You might go into July and some bullshit happen, and you like, damn, I thought it was gonna be a shift. Nigga, this shit shifted my life for the worse. So you think, but then you sit with that shit and you process that shit. Then it's like, hold up. Huh. Huh. This shit was never sad. Huh. This shit is actually lit. You feel me? Now the thing is, some of y'all might not be sad. Some of y'all just gonna be ending shit and it's gonna be lit. You feel me? But I don't know. Like, I don't wanna say I don't know. But how I wanna word this shit? Just understand that if you enter July and there's any kind of like sadness, there's probably a hidden gift in your sadness. Whatever caused you to feel sad, there's a hidden gift inside that, I promise you, bro. Some of y'all not gonna really feel that sadness, but some niggas might feel that sadness because that sadness is gonna make you let go of certain shit that's not serving you. You feel me? It's a hidden gift. Next thing is gaining a greater sense of peace due to the fact that you are able to kind of dissolve like unwanted thoughts, repeating thoughts, disturbing thoughts, just attaining more peace in your life because you finally got rid of the stuff which was blocking your peace. You feel me? And then one of the last things is the fact that life might become somewhat dreamlike. So the first step of this, which might not be dreamlike, is the fact that things are going to be revealed to you, right? You may have certain breakthroughs and gain certain insights as if life was speaking to you. It's like certain things in your life happen as if life was talking to you in like some hidden language, and now you're having like these breakthroughs and these insights and things are being revealed simply by you just living life. But if you are able to really peep that shit, it could grow more to the point where it's like your life becomes very dreamlike because you peep that life has always been doing this. Life has always been trying to give you certain messages and reveal certain things to you. You just couldn't always realize it because you weren't in tune with your true self. You were just living life from a more like egotistical perspective. And by the way, ego doesn't mean like you have a whole bunch of pride and I'm the best and I can't accept when I'm wrong. No, ego just means living from your character. You were living from the attachment of your character. And your character, right? Your character don't gotta always be on some shit like, oh yeah, I'm the best. It could just be on some shit where it's like your character wanted to go to school to become a veterinarian. You feel me? But you as a soul, you want to be able to talk to animals. You feel me? Fuck that veterinarian shit. You going around talking to animals at the dog park. You feel me? That's what your spiritual self really want. You feel me? And life been trying to show you that. That's why you ain't getting to vet school. You feel me? That's why yeah, you ain't getting. That's why you ain't getting to vet school. You feel me? That's why whatever. That's why all your vet shit not working out. All your vet shit isn't working out because truly life has been trying to show you how to talk to animals. That's why you were so drawn to animals as a kid. Yes, animals kept on coming up to you and you kept on loving animals. You feel me? Yes, you was the dog tamer. You would go to your friend's crib and the dog was acting up and you got that shit to calm the fuck down. All that shit is true. But that wasn't because you're supposed to be a vet. It's because you're a fucking animal whisperer, bro. You feel me? Just take that and apply it to everything. You feel me? Understand the fact that life is always trying to communicate with us, but sometimes we can't receive the message because we don't have the right perspective. But if you get in tune with your true self, you'll be able to peep these things that life is showing you because now you have the right perspective. And now this become a bit dreamlike where life is always talking to you. And now life is actually responding to you and your thoughts and stuff like that. And shit's getting all kinds of weird and oh my god, what the fuck? You feel me? So that's like the physical energy of like July and stuff like that. Now on more spiritual planes, it's gonna be like one slash two things I'm about to mention, right? So, because it's one main thing but split into two parts. So the first part is the fact that there's gonna be a severing from things which are causing a whole bunch of conflict inside of your life. You feel me? And when I say conflict, I don't mean like healthy conflict. Cause conflict, like healthy conflict, there's no like when I say healthy conflict, I mean shit like for example, you know how like working out is painful. So you might see that as like kind of like conflicting, but not really. Like you get what I'm trying to say? Like conflict, cutting that shit off. This doesn't mean cutting off things that might be difficult in your life, like working out or trying to grind when it comes to your purpose. That shit might still be a grind. You feel me? That shit might still be a bit difficult. But the things that are like conflicting with like your true self and your purpose, there's gonna be a certain severing of those things, and you'll become like more softened up to love. And then from there, the second part is now taking these baby steps to walk in your new life. These baby steps to start following your intuition, even if certain things don't make sense yet. You feel me? These baby steps of taking these little actions. You feel me? Right? You taking these little actions and stuff like that. You feel me? Even if you don't know where it's leading. And since this applies spiritually, this could be something that's going on, not even fully physically, just like in the depths of your soul, you just been awakening. So because you've been awakening in the depths of your soul, you kind of let go of like this old character and the conflicting thoughts of it and stuff like that. You feel me? And now you're like having these baby steps where you're like where you're getting more and more aligned with your soul. You feel me? So it's like in the physical, yeah, you're doing these physical actions, but spiritually, every single action that you're doing is aligning you more with your soul on a spiritual level. And you may even start having more astral experiences. I'm not trying to guarantee that for some of y'all. You feel me? Because I know how niggas gonna get, oh, astral, yeah. No, that might be a thing, though. You feel me? I mean, it would make sense. Because, like, as humans, astral projection should be common. Like at least like basic dreaming where we're like minorly lucid and can receive the message. That should be basic, right? We that's only not basic because we're not fully living in tune with our spirit and with our body in the best ways. But if you're getting rid of all those things which are causing conflict, it makes sense that your body would go through more healing. You'd be more connected with your spirit, and now you're having more spiritual experiences at nighttime. But just by going to sleep, not even trying to do anything. You feel me? So I want to guarantee that, but that it would make sense if that's starting to happen for you. You feel me? You feel what I'm trying to say? Cause if you were more aligned with your spirit and stuff like that, you feel me? Whoa. Why'd I pick up my phone? That shit just sent me through. Yo, I just felt a whole switch where like whatever I was just about to tap into, just whoa, I was tapping into my phone. I gotta put that shit the fuck away. You feel me? But it would make sense that if you align more with your spirit, you would have more spiritual experiences. You feel me? Who knows? Just understand that you'll be taking certain baby steps. It's like you'll be letting go of certain things, and now you're able to take these certain baby steps and follow your intuition even when it don't make sense, and you doing these things are aligning you more with your spirit. You feel me? There also could be a lot of like karmic stuff playing out. You feel me? It could be like karmic relationships, like, and this could just be like someone is popping up in your dreams more, or you're thinking about them more. You feel me? Or maybe you are seeing them, and it's like as these karmic things kind of play out, you may start understanding why they're playing out on the higher spiritual plane. oh, I have this past life with this person. That's why this thing's happening. You feel me? Oh, I get it now. You know? So it's like with certain karmic relationships and karmic things that are happening around you, you'll understand why they're happening. You feel me? It don't got to be like past life. It could be the simple fact that, oh, I remember 2 years ago, this person did this thing for me, which is why 2 years later, I now have to do the same thing for them to repay that karmic debt. You feel me? It could have been like someone helped you out 2 years ago and stuff like that. Now they need help and now you're helping them. You feel me? Paying that karma back. You feel me? So it's like, God damn, I gotta stop looking at my phone. That should be putting me into whole different portals, bro. Alright, anyway, yeah. Karmic relationships may be popping up, but now you understand the higher spiritual meaning behind it all. And then last thing is like just like some more spiritual support, more spiritual protection and stuff like that, you feel me? Which makes sense because see, we have guardians and protectors and all that, you feel me? And sometimes we still experience spiritual attacks and we're like, yo, why we didn't get protected? But you didn't realize this. You were being protected. When you had that thought to not do that one thing, that was your guardian angels and your protectors trying to protect you. But you did that one thing, and because you did that one thing, now you're open to attack. Now you're getting attacked. And there's no one protecting you because you ain't want to follow the protection. You feel me? But if you're following your spirit more, right, you'll be more open and receptive to those supporting thoughts, to those protective thoughts. You feel me? And then you would follow them. And you would naturally have that protection because you're doing the right things to not even be open to the bullshit. You feel me? So it's like there'll be like a greater sense of like security and protection spiritually. Like that's why I'm saying spiritually. This doesn't mean like you'll be physically like if you're like trying to get your physical stability right, you feel me? That might happen in July, but it might not. This is more about spiritual support. You'll have more spiritual support, spiritual protection, you feel me, just all around you, you feel me? Which makes sense. If you're aligned with your spirit, you can actually follow the support that's all around you, you feel me? Instead of trying to ignore it or go against it, you know? But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, you know? I'm gonna end the video right there. I love you all. I'm gonna catch you in my next video. Peace. The Freak. Outs.